Which fandom do you think is easy? I think I know the answer to this. Which fandom do you think is more easy to be around?
Oh,
What,
fucking. Oh, you know
Harry?
what? That's actually difficult.
Because someone who's like super into Harry Potter is kind of intense, but someone who's
Yeah.
also into Twilight is also very intense.
Do you want to know something hilarious? I work with two people that one is very much into Harry Potter
Yeah.
and the other one's super into Twilight.
Make them fight. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so I'll
Which one's
I'll
better? Just
I'll
drop the
start some
grenade. Hey,
shit. Yeah.
which series do you think is better? And then just walk away. They won't even
I'll
notice you're
yeah.
gone.
I'll leave a camera on and then I'll send it to you. Then we can
We
put
can
it we
get
can
the
call
real
it
answers.
yeah, we can call it popcorn fights.
I've just rewatched the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the first two, to prep for the third one, and those ones are good. Those are really
Oh,
good
I
because
love them.
those ones
Love
are
them.
really good because they don't. I mean, even though the first one introduces or not introduces, but like shows Thanos and stuff, and does allude to like bigger events, it does it in a
Yeah.
way that's organic to the actual story of the
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Same with the second one. The second
Yeah.
one, like it's a they're good. It's back when Marvel was self-contained enough
Yep.
to have these solo projects and you can really see the director's visions in them because James Gunn is awesome. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited for the third one after rewatching the first two back to back because I was like, wow, these are really enjoyable.
I
I'm glad I did
100% agree.
this.
Yeah, I
So,
I I miss that Marvel. I miss those days.
so let's hope that he can do that with DC and make all these movies stand individually. But we'll see how
Seriously.
it goes with the third one. I hope it's a good send off. I'm excited to see what happens because
I heard that it's really dark,
yeah, I heard that you're like shouldn't take your kids to it because like there's a lot of dark stuff in it.
which is hilarious. That just means that James, because this is like James Gunn's
He
last
said
Marvel
peace.
movie. So yeah,
Let's
literally, he's like, you guys fired me. You
yeah.
guys put me through
I'm
this.
gonna
You guys
go
put me through
balls to
that.
the wall with the last movie
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna
it's
give
like
you
it's
guys
gonna be
a
the first ever F word is gonna be in
yeah,
Guardians 3 too.
which is crazy to me. I felt like that they did it before, but I think it was
They
just like
always like yeah, they always cut it
almost
off.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Because
I
I felt like
rewatched
in
the
the
first two and Chris Pratt, he always he like there's moments where he's like says like what the and they always like cut
yeah,
it or something or like
uh
and you say apparently they've been trying to get the F word in for a long time. He said it,
huh.
which is funny.
Mickey Mouse is like, nope,
Nope, not on my watch.
not on my watch. And then James Gunn is like, dude, I'm gone. Can I
Yeah.
please? And Mickey's like,
Yeah.
all right.
A parting gift. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was watching.
Do you want $10 million or do you want the first F bomb to be in a Disney movie? Uh,
yeah.
F bomb.
Yeah.
DC is paying me way too much money for absolutely nothing.
Um, so yeah, welcome to History of Popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. Consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things movies. We react to the latest industry news. We do movie reviews and discuss just about everything movies. We try to have new episodes every week, and you can find us on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere you listen to podcasts, as well as a visual episode on YouTube. Hello.
Hi.
We are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
I'm Justin.
And if you happen to hear any snaps, crackles, or pops, or see anything visually disturbing during this episode, it's because we do our sessions through Zoom. But we're
Or you're
happy
eating
you're
Rice
here.
Krispies.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, not. We haven't yet, but it's not. It's a possibility. He, just so you know, Justin asks every time, "Can I eat Snap Crackle Pops or what are they called, Rice Krispies on the episode?" I say maybe one day, maybe for the 100th episode. Would you like to know what we're talking about today, Justin?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm here.
All right, this week we're talking about Twilight versus Harry Potter.
What?
M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, which we teased last week in CinemaCon's video episode,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to be talking about the early days of SNL as well, which I thought you find
Oh,
interesting.
yes, I do.
But I guess we'll start with Twilight versus Harry Potter because this news, some of it's pretty public knowledge because HBO Max, or now it's called Max, I guess, just
Yeah.
Max, which I don't know what they merged with to make it just Max, but there's some
Yeah.
reason why it's just called Max now. But they announced a Harry Potter TV show. Did you hear about this?
I did. Why?
Yeah, why is right? Because this is a big undertaking because they're trying to make each season each book. And there's 7 books, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And That's a big undertaking. That's like
That's such a
that's
bad idea.
that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
they're putting a lot out there by announcing it already and talking so openly
Yeah.
about it, saying we're gonna
Yeah.
do every single book. And they're comparing it to having a budget of Game of Thrones level. It's like
Jesus
if people
Christ.
don't like this first season,
Yeah, you're screwed.
you invested so much into that,
Yeah.
and like it's been talked about for like a long time, and they have been trying to make it for like a few years. Switching hats, Justin,
Yeah.
switching hats.
The beanie wasn't doing it for me. But no, no, I still heard you.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, I think that because the cast is already so iconic too. Those movies are so iconic and they're not that
Yeah.
old. So
No, they're
it's like
not.
it's a very odd choice.
Yeah, I think
And
the
like you
first one
said, if
was
the
what?
first season sucks, like if we don't like the actors and we don't like the direction they're going on, that's a shit ton of money that they just like threw out the fucking window
Yeah.
for nothing. It's another Batgirl Flash situation. But I think the Flash is actually going to make a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. But the movies were took 10 years, if not like 11 years, because it was 2001 to 2011 was the last one. So 10
Hmm.
years literally of their lives for just what, 8 movies?
Hmm.
That's so the TV show is probably going to take like it's probably going to be the Game of Thrones level where you have to like wait like a year and a half for each season. So these it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Unless they just do exactly
But
how they film the movies, it's just like
you
just
can't,
keep
the
going.
actors
Like
can't do anything else for
they
10
can't do.
years.
There's no way that they can. I mean,
No.
like that's too much. I mean, even with that series of unfortunate events show that they did on Netflix,
Yeah.
had like what, like 2 books each season,
Something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
they
Like the
combined a
first two
few,
episodes,
and they didn't even
which
finish them all because no one liked it,
yeah,
or not. No one saw it.
well, yeah, no, I mean, like, it wasn't terrible, but
Yeah, I liked them, but I never saw them really. I didn't
yeah,
watch it all. I think
yeah,
it's just
I don't think I
viewership. It wasn't
watched it all
a
either.
quality thing. It was just viewership.
Right. Yeah, no, but even with, I mean, like, I think that is such a silly idea. I
Yeah.
think, of course, that Warner Bros. Is going to be writing the Harry Potter coattails for the rest of existence. But
Yeah.
make a fucking make another like a TV show, like do another Fantastic Beast or something. I don't fucking know. Don't
Yeah. Just tell a
like
different story.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like that, like I don't know. It's odd.
It's a big undertaking, and I commend them kind of, but I'm also like, you guys also have original ideas. You know that too, right? But
Yeah.
we'll see how
It's
this
like
works
it's like
out.
it's you guys don't have to rely on fucking Justice League and Harry Potter for the rest of
Yeah.
your existence. It's like, dude, there's so many other things you could be doing,
The big thing
but they're
about it
just
too is
scared.
like when they did the announcement, well, like last month, I think it was in April, they
Hmm.
announced it. They used the original,
Yeah,
like everything of the same of the movies. It's like,
I
why are
know.
you doing that? Are you going to use the same music? Are you going to use the same set design?
Right?
Are you just going the same thing with just a different cast? Like they probably
Yeah,
just have all the sets still built. So they're just like, we're going to use those all again and just bring in new young
yeah.
actors.
It's
Because
yeah, it's so stupid.
it's weird that they're riding that coattail of the same
What's
music,
the?
everything, the
Didn't
same
they
theme.
do like a Broadway show
Yeah,
or something?
they did a sequel that was
Yeah,
like a new story on Broadway.
do
Yeah.
that. Like
Do
put that
that.
just.
Just make
I mean,
that the
like
show.
these are not
That'd be
things.
cool
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
these are not things that I genuinely want. Like I think Harry
Right.
Potter should have ended forever when the last Harry Potter happened.
Yeah.
Like it
I
should.
watched them every year. I didn't read the books. Like I was
Uh
never a part of like the fandom of like this is the best series ever. I
Right.
enjoyed watching them, and I have a favorite one, but like yeah,
Which one's
it's
your favorite?
the well, Goblet of Fire. I think that one's cool. I
Really?
like the tournament of the story of
I
that. I
love
thought it was visually cool.
Prisoner of Azkaban is probably my favorite.
If I rewatch them now, I'll probably watch them or see them differently. But I saw them when they were coming out, and I was just like, that one was the most memorable because I liked the competition aspect of it. So that was about it.
Yeah, they had the best hairstyles.
Yeah, and that was Robert Pattinson, right? He's
Yes.
in
Yep.
that one.
Yep. Robert Pattinson was in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a very, very strange thing to do.
Yeah, I wanted to know your opinion about that because we're also getting another TV show of another big series and a big fandom following, and that's Twilight. Twilight is announced that it's going to be adapting its books into a television series. But the thing about that is it's by Lionsgate. I believe they own the rights, but they said that if it doesn't work out, because it's in very early discussions for a Twilight Project TV show, they said that it might not be actually Twilight from the books. They might actually just expand the universe and tell new stories in the universe, which would be a pretty
Wow.
good idea because, like you said, that's what they should do with Harry Potter.
That's
Instead
what I
of
was gonna
Harry
say. It's like
Potter,
I
just
can't
open the
believe,
world.
yeah, I can't believe the creators of Twilight have bigger brains, better ideas than fucking the people behind Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's I guess that was a good segue because that's also Robert Pattinson. That was what put him on
That's
the
true.
map. And I was did you see all of the Twilight movies?
I watched the first one in theaters with some friends,
Hmm.
and I seen like certain scenes from the second one, certain scenes from the third one, and then I remember seeing the very last one
Yeah, the
at
epic
some,
conclusion.
yeah, at
Yeah.
some party that I was at.
I don't even
And
remember what they were called. I remember there's
yeah, I
Twilight,
can't remember either. Breaking Dawn
New
part,
Moon. Oh yeah,
yeah,
Breaking Dawn was the ending.
uh
So just three or four? How many are there?
Eclipse.
Eclipse, is that one? I don't even know. I
That
don't know
sounds
that one.
like Twilight Eclipse. It sounds like,
Something with the moon. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. But I remember the last one and laughing my fucking ass off at the ending when it was like all like a vision and like all of them
Mhm.
die.
Oh
And the
yeah.
people that I was watching it with, they were like really into it. And I was just like, this is terrible. Oh my
It's
God.
a very weird watch because I mean everyone, all the fans like that are super into it defend the acting because it's like that's how it's written in the book. They're awkward as hell. They don't know how to communicate. They're vampires. They're bloodlusting. It's painful. Like every scene that Robert Pattinson is, he's supposed to be in pain because he craves Bella so much,
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart. It's just like, oh
It's
wow,
so
okay. I
funny.
wonder what that book is like. I wonder, yeah, I wonder what
I
kind of
wonder
detail they're
what
gonna put
it's.
in then. It's really it was a weird experience, but I was one of those people who would go to the midnight showings before because my brother liked Kristen Stewart so much. Like he has a
Of
couple
course, Billy
actors.
Joe did.
Yeah, he has a couple actors that are like, I need to see these movies. I need to support these people, and Kristen Stewart's one of them. So we like, I remember just me and my older brother, went to go see like New Moon. I think that's the second one at midnight.
Just imagining you
It
guys.
was really interesting. I was like, okay, I like it's just me and him, literally. It was a fun experience, I guess. But they all got gradually more and more weird, like the love triangle and the shipping and everything. That's like the first time I ever heard about like ships, like relationship shipping, where you're like, I want Bella to be with Jacob, or I want Bella to be with
Uh-huh.
Edward. The ships, that's what they call them, I guess. And they're like real feuds, and that was like the first time I saw like fandoms go against each other in
Oh
that
yeah.
way. I'm like, oh, fans, like
Yeah.
people get like fangirls and fanboys, like
Yeah.
they get super into it. Twilight was my introduction to that
Remember
type
some
of fan
people
base.
in middle school, they would have on their binders either Jacob or Team Edward.
Yeah,
I wonder what happened to Taylor Lautner. Is he still alive? Is he still doing shit?
he
Is he producing this show?
that'd be crazy. I don't know what he's doing right now. I think he's doing smaller projects. I think he's married now to a person named Taylor. So
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Taylor and
Interesting.
Taylor. That's I think that's all I
Okay.
know about him from the top of my head. But I don't know what's going
Yeah.
between these two projects, Twilight and Harry Potter. Which one would you rather see then? I mean, you're probably not going to watch either of them.
Yeah. I
Like to
mean,
be honest.
honestly, I'll probably watch the Harry Potter one just because Harry Potter has been in my life for, as long as I can remember,
2001. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like that was like
Well, even yeah, when my brothers just read the books
oh yeah, the
too.
books too. I forgot their books.
My brother would read the books to me when I was a kid,
Yeah,
along with series of unfortunate events. So I mean, like, I can't imagine a world where we have a different Harry Potter that isn't the Harry Potter that we know today with Daniel
right.
Radcliffe and Rupert Grint and Emma Watson, Alan Rickman. I mean, like, it's a
Oh
pretty
yeah,
impossible task, and I'm
yeah.
very very curious how they would do it. So I'm gonna choose that just because I know that world so much
Yeah.
more. Twilight, I can give less of a fuck about. Really,
I
I
never really
probably will
thought I'd hear
never.
about that I never thought I'd hear
Yeah,
another project of Twilight, honestly.
definitely sounds like a
But it
more interesting and a better idea for
yeah,
I
they're more
wish that
open-minded. Yeah,
way more open-minded, like what Warner Bros is doing with pretty much everything. Just like
yeah,
it's basically just someone just barging into an office and saying reboot everything.
Yeah, that's two big undertakings, so that's probably going to be coming. We're probably not going to hear anything about these for like a long time though, for like
Oh
another 3 years
no,
or something.
especially for the Harry Potter one. Like they're gonna have to. I don't know how they're gonna help get cast. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing. I would not be surprised if they completely scrap the idea within the next few months
Yeah, I
because it
wonder.
seems
I
like an
haven't really
impossible
seen
task.
any. I haven't followed like the reactions to people yet. I don't know if people
Uh
are
huh.
appalled or if they're going to be like they might be listening to people and be like, "Don't do it," and then be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
no one wants to do it." But I can't.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing anyone super excited or super upset.
No.
That people are just like,
And
"Oh, that's
like
happening."
for now, like before they put in like millions and billions of dollars on it,
Yeah,
like they should listen to the people and see that this is a terrible, horrible idea.
yeah,
Just do something else. Just expand it. Like
yeah.
even though it didn't work with Fantastic
Because
Beasts for the TV show, you can do. Who knows if they had a Fantastic Beasts TV show, it
yeah,
probably would have been
it
better
probably would have been more
than
successful
those
than the
movies.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably
because the
what they're
movies.
realizing because the movies weren't right, started to go downhill. But
Yeah,
they also just came out with like a Harry Potter like open world game where you can play a new wizard.
yeah,
So they probably saw how successful that was with an original story sort of in the world, and they're like, "Hey, let's tell long form Harry Potter." But they
yeah.
like, I don't know, I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I
And
don't
that can work. Like that's not a terrible idea. There's
know.
so much to explore in that world. Like Harry Hogwarts getting genderless bathrooms, like there's like so many things that they could be they could talk.
Yeah. Exactly. So put us in the writings room. Put us in the writers' room. We know there's a big strike going on right now, and they need writers.
Your face is so good right there. You're like he's gonna say something stupid. He's gonna say something stupid, and then I said it, and you're like, there it is.
Yeah. So those two projects are happening. Which fandom do you think is easy? I think I know the answer to this. Which fandom do you think is more easy to be around?
Oh,
What?
fucking. You know what? That's actually difficult.
Because someone who's like super into Harry Potter is kind of intense, but someone who's
Yeah.
also into Twilight is also very intense.
You want to know something hilarious? I work with two people that one is very much into Harry Potter
Yeah.
and the other one's super into Twilight.
Make them fight. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so
Which one's better? Just
I'll
drop the
start some
grenade. Hey,
shit.
which series do you think is better? And then just walk away. They won't even notice you're
Yeah,
gone.
I'll leave a camera on and then I'll send it to you. Then we can
We
put
can
it. We
get
can
the
call
real
it.
answers.
Yeah, we can call it popcorn fights. We get two people
Uh,
from different
you
different.
start hearing slapping and it's like, whoa, 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 that got way out of hand. Yeah, so speaking of Robert Pattinson and the two movies, he was in both those franchises. He's making another big movie, big name. He's going to play a big,
Mm.
big character that everybody's heard of. Well, 99.9% of people have heard of this character. This character is another vampire. He's going to play another vampire. And
Oh shit!
it's interesting because I don't remember hearing about this project coming out before I heard about this news, but I guess I may have. I don't know. I see a lot of movie news all the time. So we're getting another Dracula movie, and Robert Pattinson is in talks to be Dracula,
Good
which
lord.
is very interesting because it's from the director Chloe Zhao, who did Nomadland and Eternals, and she's been working on the script for like a long time. And she came out recently, like a couple months ago, that saying that she's almost done with the script. But then this news dropped that Robert Pattinson is going to play Dracula in the movie, which is so bizarre to me. And
Yeah.
it's good for Chloe Zhao because I know people, Twilighters, I don't know, they want to see Robert Pattinson back as a vampire, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
mean, like,
everyone who didn't like Twilight is like, oh, let's see him be a real vampire in Dracula,
yeah.
something dark.
And he's a bat too. In
Oh
Batman.
yeah,
So
he's a bat. He's just born for these
yeah,
roles. He's
he
born.
is. I Dracula is like becoming like the new Pinocchio to me. It's like, why are we getting
There's
so
so many
many?
projects that get announced. Yeah.
Like, just calm down. Like, we
Uh,
just had the Nicolas Cage one.
Yeah, it's still in theaters. Like people, it's like
Yeah.
let him get cold first.
Yeah, let him let's pump let's he's on to the brakes
It's
here.
probably going to be with Universal because I think they still own the rights to a lot of those movies, but
Oh
maybe
yeah, no,
not. I don't
they
know.
own they're still own all those bad boys.
But apparently, Chloe Zhao's take on this movie is going to be described. It's described as like futuristic sci-fi western, and it's going to be like a yeah, so it's going to be a modern take, if not even a futuristic take, and it's
Huh.
about Dracula going out into the world and surviving.
I wonder if it's gonna be like that Aaron Eckhart classic I Frankenstein.
It's actually a spiritual sequel in the same universe.
Yeah, I
He
Dracula.
shows up in the post-credit scene.
Oh my god.
Dracula, what
Yeah.
if we team up?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
intrigued.
let's start a dark universe.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's what's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
happen.
baby. And then
That's
Tom
pretty
Cruise pops
interesting.
up too. He's just
Yeah,
like,
he
oh
just
fuck
walks
it.
by.
Yeah. Russell Crowe's
They
there
actually,
too.
yeah, they can't get Tom Cruise, but they get Jake Johnson. Actually, he just shows up. He's like, "I was in that movie too. Remember?"
Oh lordy.
He's the affordable one. So yeah, this is exciting,
He's
I
the
guess.
affordable one. Yeah.
This is exciting, I guess. Robert Pattinson coming back
Yeah.
as and Chloe Zhao. Eternals was okay. I didn't like Nomad as a whole movie, but I thought it looked
I
beautiful.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Did not
It was a
think
weird way to make a movie.
I did not like No Man Land very well because originally it was supposed to be just a documentary and
It started as a
Frances
documentary
McDormand,
project, and they're like, "Yeah,
yeah, she's
let's
just
put
supposed to
the
be,
narrator in it." Yeah,
yeah, like she like just supposed to be like, yeah, like just in it, just like walking around.
yeah.
But
And then
I think
she's
you and
like,
I talked about this a
"Yeah,
couple years ago and it was nominated for all those Oscars. And you
yeah,
and I finally watched it and we were like, how fucked up is that? Like where they're with actual people that
yeah."
do this, and then Frances McDormand like she shoots her scenes and she's like, "All right, see you later," and she like
Yeah,
just
I'm just
snuggles
gonna
up to
pretend I'm doing
Joel
what you guys are
Cohen.
doing. Yeah,
It's yeah, it's just fucking weird. And
it's weird.
didn't that win Best Picture?
I think so. It won something. Chloe Zhao won something for it. I think it was Best
Yeah,
Picture.
best yeah, which I think you and I both were like,
I would
cool.
have been okay if Best Cinematography won that one because it
Yeah.
looked beautiful and
Oh, 100%.
it's like the guy who worked on that put in insane hours to
Yeah.
get those shots. So
And her performance too. I mean, like she did have a good performance.
yeah,
It's just nothing that it's nothing that we haven't seen before from her.
yeah. So there's that project. Uh, let's talk about a big sequel that was announced. It's 20 years in the making. I don't know if we've actually talked about it on the podcast. We may have talked about rumors of it, but I texted you the other day and I said Dodgeball 2 is officially announced. It's got the
Oh
writer and
yeah.
Vince Vaughn is officially back as producer and starring in it. How do you
Hmm.
feel about a 20-year-old Dodgeball sequel?
You know, as long as it's not like Anchorman 2 or Zoolander 2, then
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine. But knowing that those movies came
Exists now.
out, yeah, and then they came out like Anchorman and Zoolander and Dodgeball all came out at the same time, and
Yeah.
those sequels didn't do well. So this one, I'm like, why is this going to
Ben
be
Stiller's in
any
all
better?
of those. He's
He
also in this one.
is, and
He's in
Vince
this
Vaughn,
one.
I'm pretty sure, is in all of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Vince Vaughn was finally like, all right, they're not talking to me enough about Wedding Crashers. Let's just do Dodgeball 2 because
Right.
everyone's always talking about Dodgeball. Like that's one of the
Yeah.
most quoted movies
Yeah.
between me and my brothers.
I love that
Like
movie.
it's awesome.
And you know what? Like I can see a sequel in some way
Yeah,
working.
I could see Vince Vaughn playing a Patches O'Houlihan type.
Yeah.
If not, well, he's probably gonna be in it.
But
I
if
don't know
Ben
what they're gonna do.
Stiller's character doesn't come back, then I'm not really interested.
Yeah.
It should be like a you know how they should do it. If they're really gonna do this, they
Mhm.
should do it like how Ryan Coogler did Creed.
Oh yeah.
But it should be like Creed 2, where like Ben Stiller and him are like the old guys and they're
Yeah.
trying to they
I could
find
see
like a
that.
young crew and
Young
make it
hotshot.
but the thing that I want them to do is make it super serious. Like if Ryan Coogler was like
Yeah.
producing just like dead ass serious, that would be great.
The writer of this movie, it was announced too. His name's Jordan Van Dina, who wrote The Binge, which is a Hulu movie, and I think he wrote some other movies, but
Uh,
he's not bad. He's got some upcoming projects that I'm
yeah.
excited about.
The Binge I really wanted to like. Vince Vaughn was in the Binge too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he plays the
I
principal.
totally forgot about that movie.
So they like working with each other. And wait, they came out with a sequel to that? It's a
Oh no way.
Wonderful Binge.
Oh Jesus Christ.
It's a Christmas one. And he also directed it, Jordan Van Dina, the guy who made it.
Oh
But this
God.
guy is also, I think we talked about this movie before. I don't know what's going on now with it because Jonathan Majors was attached to the movie, but it was
Oh
48.
no.
It was a movie called 48 Hours in Vegas, which is inspired by the true story of the basketball player Dennis Rodman in the 90s, who was on the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan. He during the playoffs, he like or like right, yeah, I think it was during the playoffs in the 90s. He went to Vegas for like 2 days because they like lost, and they're like, you need to like loosen up, Dennis Rodman. You need to like get out of your head and play better. So they're like, just go have a vacation. So he went to Vegas for 2 days, and it was apparently the wildest trip that anyone has ever seen with Dennis Rodman. Like he like met up with Madonna and like almost married Madonna there, and like a lot of like 48 hours in Vegas for Dennis Rodman was insane. You can watch a documentary like they talk about in the documentary The Last Dance on Netflix, but there's a lot of
Curious.
documentation of what Dennis Rodman did in 48 hours in Vegas, and they're making a movie about it. So
But and Jonathan Majors is supposed to play him.
you're supposed to play him. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, that
But
seems like it's
this
not gonna
guy,
happen.
this guy is he's slowly coming up. He got on the map through The Binge was like his first big project. He was kind of a TV writer before that. But I like this guy's writing so far.
Mm.
I liked The Binge, and I like his idea of making that into a movie. So I think he's got like interesting ideas. So hopefully he can do something good with Dodgeball 2.
Yeah, that's one can only hope.
Exactly.
One can only hope.
And hopefully they get like I mean, I guess they don't need Ross and Marshall Thurber. He's kind of dropped the ball a little bit in his track record. He's done
But
some
yeah,
good
no,
movies,
he's
but
now Dwayne Johnson's little bitch.
yeah, he's working over there now. It's big studio hired
Uh-huh.
director. What is he doing now? He's coming out with a Red Notice sequel. We're the
Yeah, no,
Millers
yeah,
2.
he's
I don't think that's official. I don't think that's actually happening yet.
yeah,
And
because
then
he did dodgeball and then he like disappeared for fucking ever. And then he did We're the Millers, and then he just hasn't stopped since.
yeah, his first big movie was Dodgeball, and then after that, his next big one was We're the Millers, which was also good. And then Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson got a hold of him, did Central Intelligence, Skyscraper,
Did yeah.
Red Notice.
And the next thing you know, he's like, I'm an action guy.
Yeah, just
But
big.
really, he's just Dwayne Johnson's like, just stand over there. I got this. It's like, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So there's that. There's a 20-year sequel to Dodgeball that's coming out. We talked about this on our last episode for the CinemaCon recap. Go check that episode out if you want to. It's pretty long, but a
Yes,
lot of
it
news.
is.
But we dropped news that M. Night Shyamalan's daughter is making a movie. Um, Her name is Ishana Night Shyamalan, which I
Nice.
thought M. Night Shyamalan was hard to say, but Ishana Night Shyamalan is even harder.
Yeah,
So
say that 10 times fast.
she's making her directorial debut with a movie called The Watchers, which is based on a book. If you're interested in the book, it's by A.M. Shine.
I thought you were gonna say A.M. Shyamalan. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah. But Dakota Fannings has attached to this movie, and
Okay,
Georgina Campbell, who is the lead in Barbarian, is attached.
nice.
Uh, the film, according to the Hollywood Reporter, it says that the story follows an artist played by Fanning named Mina, who gets stranded in an expansive, untouched forest in Western Ireland. When Mina finds shelter, she unknowingly becomes trapped aside three strangers who are watched and stalked by mysterious creatures each night.
Bum bum bum.
Yep. There's
Well,
that.
wasn't she like the one that like inspired M. Night to do Lady in the Water or something like that?
His daughter?
Yeah,
Maybe. I haven't heard that. I never saw Lady in the Water.
yeah, it's whatever.
There's the end of that thought.
I can't think. I
It's
can't
whatever.
remember. This is gonna be very odd. You can cut this out, but I can't remember if it was that or if it was Robert Rodriguez's kids telling him to do Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Both have something to do with water. Both are very
Both inspired
odd,
by the
weird
kid,
movies.
maybe, yeah.
Anyways,
Some sort of kid influence,
yeah,
maybe.
some kind of kid influence. I don't know why.
We'll fact check that, and I'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
put something down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
there's that.
yeah, sure. It sounds interesting.
I believe M. Night Shyamalan's producing it to help her out, but
I can see that.
she grew up like she was one of the she's on all of his sets like all the time. Watch, so she has seen how movies are made for a long time. Like M. Night Shyamalan's not a bad director. He's
No,
just it's
he's
just his
just a
storytelling can be
yeah,
very missed or
yeah.
hit.
His dialogue is what kills him.
Yeah, a lot of times he adapts dialogue straight from the source. Like like old Old's dialogue is some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard ever.
Yeah,
Have you seen that yet? You saw that, right? I think we talked about it.
I yeah, I've seen yeah, I've seen some stuff on that.
Okay.
That seems like I can't wait to fully watch it though because the
Yeah,
scenes that I have seen
it's
are
on HBO,
genuinely
so
amazing.
you can watch it
Like it's
whenever you
bad.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
not. It's
bad, but
hard to
it's
watch.
great.
I don't like using the word cringe, but it is cringe.
Mm. Well,
It's
he's the
very hard to watch.
master of cringe. Like the happening, right?
Yeah,
The
Mark Wahlberg.
happening is like one of the strangest but funniest thing. Like it's literally like Tommy Wiseau. Like
Yeah,
it's Tommy Wiseau vibes. Like he's a much more talented Tommy Wiseau.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
to the T. Like he's Tommy Wiseau if he had a budget.
Exactly. So yeah,
I
this
don't know
movie
how
already
he did
has.
Sixth Sense, and that movie was like actually genuinely good.
Well, yeah,
Like
those are
dialogue
early
isn't
on. Yeah,
bad either.
That's one of those
Even Unbreakable.
situations. That's one of those situations where we talk about like get like some directors do need restrictions, but M. Night
Uh-huh.
Shyamalan, like they do need studio restrictions and studio
Yeah.
notes. But after a while, M. Night Shyamalan was like, I'm my own studio, like
Yeah.
everything. He also funds his movies like
Yeah.
almost entirely himself.
Yeah.
Like 90% is all just him. So it's
He's the
hard
one
for
that
studios
yeah.
to be like, change this because
Yeah.
it's but he's one of those that might need
Yeah.
some studio feedback
He's the one that
sometimes.
launched his own career again. He
Yeah.
didn't rely on a studio at all. He's the one that financed The Visit and Split,
Yeah.
and Glass, which is like that just shows how he likes the craft. Like I
I'm pretty
respect
sure
I
pretty sure
respect
Cabin in the Woods is also, or not Cabin in the Woods, was it? Knock at the Cabin is also
Knock at the
all like
Cabin.
all him. So
Yeah. And you know what? I can respect the guy. Like I respect the guy
yeah.
as a creator, but as
We
I'm
don't have
not
to like all
still
of his
yeah,
movies, yeah.
still not a fan of his work. But every single time a new M. Night Shyamalan movie comes out, you best believe I'm like,
Yeah, ears perk up
I
like, what is this?
I gotta see where this is gonna
Oh yeah,
go.
he made a movie with Will Smith,
Yeah,
After
oh,
Earth, and
After
his son.
Earth.
I think that was a studio movie because they're like, I think he just needed a
Well,
job at
that
that
was a
point.
Will Smith movie. He
Yeah, with
produced
his
that
son.
and
Yeah.
wrote it, and like, cause he was like, "Oh, my son is gonna be the best thing in the world."
Yeah.
And then GI Jane came out.
Yeah. So this movie called The Watchers already has a release date for June 7th, 2024.
Oh,
So
damn!
they put a lot of trust in her already. And this is going to be her debut. Her name again is Ishana Night Shyamalan. So there we go.
Love
We
it.
have that to look forward to. Maybe I'll read the book and tell you how it goes because that's what I did with Knock at the Cabin, and the book was so much better than the
Well,
movie.
yeah.
And the movie he twisted the whole twist by not doing a twist. Well, I don't know. I just
Don't
I
tell
didn't
me
like
because
Knock at the Cabin.
I
I didn't
watched
like
the
it.
first I kept on trying to
It's
watch it, and then I
boring.
kept on falling asleep. Yeah,
It's
literally,
boring.
I
It
kept on
doesn't pick
falling
up.
fucking
Its
asleep.
pace is just like this, and then you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
ugh.
but hey, you know what? Still got to give it to Dave Batista too, because that opening scene that I've watched now, I think 5 times because I keep trying to watch it.
Yeah,
What's the opening scene of him talking to that little girl like fucking
yeah.
5 times, and each time I've seen him, like, dude, Dave Batista is a great actor.
He is. Yeah, and like I said, I watched the first two Guardians. Like his writing,
Oh, he's so good in those
he's the butt
movies.
of the joke so much, and he's
Uh-huh.
supposed like. But that's what made me real like think like I don't know if he's that good of an actor, but he plays that dumb wit really well, and he did it
Hmm.
really well. And it was also when you watch Knives Out, where you're like, okay, yeah, he can act, and like
Yeah,
what is it that James Bond movie he was in? Like, yeah, he is a good actor. I
yeah,
just he doesn't get the right roles because Guardians did not utilize him with his full talent, but he nails the comedy of it.
yeah.
Like,
Well, even like Blade Runner 2049, he's not in it for that long, but I mean, like
yeah,
even just that one scene that he's in,
just tell how
it's
serious
great.
he is about the
He
craft.
just knows how to be. He knows how to look like a human being. He knows how to
Yeah,
look. He knows how to look
even
like a
though he
real
doesn't
person.
look like if you
Yeah,
were to see him in person, you'd be like, holy crap,
yeah,
he's big.
yeah. It's not like Dwayne Johnson where it's like you're not a person in these movies. You're a
Yeah,
machine.
yeah. Dwayne Johnson could not play a lawyer. Dave Batista could probably play a lawyer.
100%, 100, and
That's
I
the
would buy it.
difference.
I would.
Yeah.
That is a great way to put it. Yeah, no, Dave Batista could be playing a delivery boy, and I would be like, oh yeah, no, he's. I can see it. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
He's got a universal look about him, even though he
There's that
still
whole
looks like he'll hurt me.
yeah, there's that whole petition about trying to get Dave Bautista into a romantic comedy, and I'm kind of on board with that. I kind of want to see what he's like to be in a normal world.
Watch the My Spy movie.
Which they also just finished shooting My Spy 2, he said. Big update. He's like, I know you've all been waiting. When I
No, we
finished
haven't.
shooting, I know
We
I
have
finished
not.
shooting My Spy 2. So you can all start counting the days for the sequel. But
That's the most Dwayne Johnson thing that he's done
it's
in his
because Dwayne
entire
Johnson
career.
said no,
Yeah,
probably.
literally. That is the most Dwayne Johnson thing he's done his entire career is My Spy.
um, so yeah, I saved this last project. I thought you'd bring you a lot of interest. So I saved it for last, but there's a movie coming out directed by Jason Reitman,
Love him.
and it's supposed to be a movie based on the opening night of Saturday Night Live in 1975.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Yeah, it takes place on October 11th, 1975, which was the first day of SNL, and it's let's see who's this other writer. He's reteaming with the guy who wrote he wrote Ghostbusters Afterlife with. His name is Gil
Oh, Gil
Keanan.
Keanan.
Yeah, what else has he done? Let's see.
He directed Monster House.
Nice, that's a good
He
one.
also directed the remake of Poltergeist, which is not we don't talk about.
Okay, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible. Yeah, exactly.
I
It's
mean, it's
not
not
the
a terrible
worst.
job. I never saw the movie, but yeah, the
It's
first.
yeah, it's not. It's nothing. But
So he
Monster
directed
House is a
that, yeah.
classic.
But the only movies he's written was Ghostbusters Afterlife and then A Boy Called Christmas, which is that a Netflix movie? I think I've heard of this movie
Yeah,
called Christmas.
yeah, I think I heard of that one too.
But so he's making this other one. They're writing
That's
this
interesting
movie.
that he got him because he's very much into horror.
Mhm.
So I wonder where they're gonna go
They
with that
probably
one.
just really meshed together when they were writing Ghostbusters Afterlife and wanted to try
Right.
something else because he's not directing it; he's just writing it with him,
Yeah.
and Jason Reitman's directing it. But the whole project is it got put together by a series of interviews of all of the cast who were all part of the premiere who are still alive. So
Uh-huh.
it's all firsthand accounts and interviews collected by these two guys, and now they're writing a script about it, and they're going to make a movie about it, which I think is really interesting to
That
do.
is very
I
interesting.
wonder, and it's probably not going to be like what was that other movie that's about that era where Joel McHale plays Chevy Chase?
Oh,
It's
Feudal
my
Super Gesture.
yeah, I wonder if because
Love
that's
that movie.
that's like super parody kind of where you're
Hmm.
like clearly these actors are not like the originals, like they're just telling the story in a, like an absurdist kind of way,
Yeah,
a little bit. I'm interested to see how down to earth and grounded this movie is actually going to be. Like
I am
casting
too.
Chevy Chase, casting who else was on the
Yeah.
cast originally? Let's see.
Gilda Radner, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
1975.
Oh man.
So there's seven members. It says Chevy
Yeah.
Chase, John Belushi, Dan
Christopher
Aykroyd.
Guest.
Uh, I think he was a writer. But that they're probably going to be included as
Yeah.
well. But Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, Garrett Morris, Jane Curtin, and
Garrett
Lorraine Newman.
Morris. Yeah.
Those
And
were
there's
the.
also like Michael O'Donoghue, who's
Who was the
who's
first guest?
George Carlin.
Ooh, I wonder who's going to play him.
Yeah. Well, the first season, like there's never really a host. It was like um it was just a bunch of
It was just
random
a bunch
shit.
of skits. Yeah, and they
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
they had two musical guests, but the
Yeah.
second episode was hosted by Paul Simon. Okay.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
I think that's music. Who's the
No,
first?
Paul Simon hosted too.
Oh yeah, you're right. George Carlin hosted the debut episode of
Yeah.
SNL. Okay.
But I mean, like, if you watch the very first episode of SNL, which I actually
It's
just
not
did
like they feature the guests like every
no,
skit like they do now,
he literally just goes up there.
like the
He does
monologue or
some
something.
stand up,
Right.
and then they go into a sketch. He's not even in the sketches. He's just
Oh,
there to
okay, so
like
it was kind of just like a variety show, and he was the opener.
100%. And
Interesting.
it was not even called Saturday Night Live. It was called NBC's Saturday Night.
Hmm.
So it was like it was literally a dead on arrival type of thing. Even when they're and
Oh
John
yeah,
Belushi. How we
yeah.
forget about John Belushi?
I set him in the lineup. I think
Oh,
we.
did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. John Belushi. That's going to be a
That's gonna
very
be a tough
interesting
one.
story.
Yeah.
That whole thing's going to be hard. I feel like it's going to be awesome to
Yeah.
see what happens, and I hope it's well made, and I enjoy it
Right.
because I'm very interested in the topics. If
It's a
it's
very
not a
tough
movie, I'm interested to see if there's like a book about it. because
Right.
they interviewed every living person who was a
Yeah.
part of that production, behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So
I hope it's not gonna be like that TV show I'm Dying Up Here. I don't know if you ever
I
heard of
was
that.
really, yeah, I was looking forward to that show, but I never actually got to watch it, and then it was short lived and got canceled. So I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not gonna watch it.
It's a very depressing show about
I
that
mean,
era
yeah, it's
of
probably
TV.
gonna be depressing because a lot of those people are like, it was a hard time. Like
Yeah.
SNL is a stressful time, and this
Oh
is the
yeah.
first debut. But yeah,
I'm
I'm
curious about that because
yeah,
I that's my entire life right there. I've
yeah,
that's people study quantum physics. I know SNL. uh,
yeah.
there's this one movie really quick that's really awful, and I don't know how they're going to. This is one of the reasons why you never see a John Belushi biopic or like much about
Hmm.
SNL. It's a movie called Wired. It's a John Belushi
Okay,
biopic, and Michael Chiklis plays him.
it's a biopic.
Yeah,
Is it like an unauthorized one?
kind of. It
Okay,
came out
I don't
right
remember that.
after. It came out literally. It's one of those tasteless movies where it came out like I want to say like 2 or 3 years after he died.
Oh, like see, so he died,
So
never, and
everyone,
the guy immediately started writing a
yeah,
script.
and the guy started. So someone wrote a book about him,
Mhm.
like about his death,
Yeah,
and the movie's about that person writing
researching.
it, yeah,
Yeah,
researching, but also Michael Chiklis is playing the ghost of John Belushi, and so then there's this. It's like a kind of like a like
yeah.
a Christmas Carol type thing
Wow,
where he's taking him through his life,
that's
but
definitely
he's
an
like,
unauthorized. Yeah, that's
oh,
unauthorized one.
it is hilariously
Wow.
so misguided. It's so fucked up. You can tell now. I feel like I can like we can watch and be like, that's really gnarly. Like this is
Yeah,
funny. Like
yeah,
I can't believe they did that. But I can't imagine at the time like most of those people like Dan Aykroyd was like, if you mention my name,
yeah,
I'm going to sue you guys. So there's
yeah.
like a lot of
That's
stuff in it where
wild.
it's a really weird movie. We should talk about the movie sometime. Actually,
I'll watch that
I
and we
want
can
to
talk
rewatch
about
it
it.
now.
Yeah, let's do a
That's called
revisit of it then.
Wired.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wonder why it's okay. Interesting. I wonder why it's called Wired. There's probably a reason why, but
Well, because he was wired all the time. He was always on drugs.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a little
Yeah, I didn't
thing that
even
they
know that. I
did.
didn't even know that was what you call it. Like I'm wired. Just like,
I know.
oh,
Yeah, I'm
I
wired
don't.
right now.
I don't do enough drugs.
I
It's
know.
like
Hey, and
disappointed in
that's
myself. I got to get on that. So yeah, that's all the news I have for you today, Justin. That
like
was
those.
yeah. I also am excited for all of those. Not all of them,
Yeah,
but
I
you
mean,
know.
it was just an entertaining thing to discuss.
Yep. Mhm. Sorry, he's short circuiting right now. He's wired.
It's all them drugs.
So yeah, that's our episode. That was a nice and sweet one.
Oh, it's
Let us know what you guys are watching. Let us know what we should be watching. Let us know what you guys think about the movies that we talked about. What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to Robert Pattinson playing another vampire?
oh yeah,
I think it
baby.
could be. I think it could be a good movie. Um,
No, obviously it's the SNL one. That's the one I'm most
yeah.
curious about.
Yeah,
And
once I
we
saw
talked
that, I was like,
about
yeah, that looks awesome. That sounds awesome. I hope they
right.
pull it off.
We are talking about something else too that sounded cool.
Uh, Twilight TV show.
No,
Robert Pattinson, Dodgeball,
Dodgeball maybe.
M. Night Shyamalan's daughter.
Yes, yeah, that's the one.
That could be good.
I'm curious about that one.
I
I
haven't
just
seen
like
Dakota
how,
Fanning that much, which is surprising. Like she
yeah,
was in Once Upon a
seriously.
Time in Hollywood, but not really. She's like there's so many people in that
I
set.
know that they're doing a Equalizer 3 and
Oh
she's in
yeah, and
that.
she's in that, and that's supposed to. They were making a big deal about it because it's a reunion with Denzel and Dakota, which they
Yeah,
were both in Man on Fire.
yeah, which was one of my grandma's favorite movies. Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Let us know. I think I already said that. Let us know what you're watching. Like us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify or Audible or Amazon Music or what is it? Apple
whatever the
Podcasts.
fuck you want.
Yeah,
Yes.
wherever you are, we're there too. Look for us.
We're gonna be on the streets of California running around with our underwears on our head.
Underwears. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode. Maybe not next week, but in the next episode. I'm gonna start saying that just in case.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
I don't know what I was gonna say after. See you guys later, guys. I don't know. It's kind of just all right. Bye.